Hello, book lovers, bookers, and bookettes. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Blue-Eyed Black Devil, and I am here with this week's installment of About the Author. Okay, so guys, apparently I like working best under pressure because we're several hours away from the beginning of a new week, and here I am at this late time of night, although it's not late. But it is when I'm thinking about getting my video up for About the Author this week. So this time, I decided to shake things up a bit. Now, remember a little over a month ago, or right at a month ago, when I reviewed and recapped the two books? Well, I'm not doing that tonight, but I am giving you two authors in the time it takes for me to do one. Now, who are they? I'll reveal all of that in a minute. But I will tell you that from time to time, I really enjoy reading a good era book or a period piece thing. But you know, when a book is written in a specific time, in history or place or whatever, I like reading those every now and again. Now, what these two authors have in common and where they differ, I will discuss now. The first thing right off the bat, I want you to know that both of these authors are New York Times best-selling romance novelists. They are both women. They not only do they both write in the romance genre, but they both write contemporary as well as historical romances. They both pretty much write about stories that center around, their lives or how they were raised. Now, what are different? What are the differences? The main difference, I guess one could say, is one of them is an African-American or black author, lady, and then the other one is a Caucasian or white lady. But what I like, to me, the ethnicity wasn't the big draw for me. It was the fact that, yes, they excel in romance. That's what they enjoy writing about, obviously. But what I liked is the biggest difference between the two. The authors are Beverly Jenkins and Karen Robards. Now, let me see here. Karen Robards, although she writes contemporary and historical romance, she adds the element of suspense to her romances. And that's what I like most, because normally speaking, I really don't care to read a lot of romance books. But because, there's the thriller or the suspense approach, that is how I ended up coming across her books. Now, Karen Robards was born, raised, and still resides in Louisville, Kentucky. She's married with 3 sons. Her parents and 3 brothers and a sister, they all live nearby, so she has a rich history. Now, Miss Beverly Jenkins, did I say that Karen was born in 1954? If I didn't, yes, she was born in Louisville, Kentucky, 1954. Now, Miss Beverly Jenkins is obviously the African-American writer. And yes, she does write historical as well as contemporary romance, but her emphasis is on African American life, 19th century. That's where a lot of her books um, are written about now. Miss Beverly Jenkins was born in 1951 in Detroit, Michigan. That's where she was raised, and this is currently where she still lives. She liked writing in this particular genre with regard to African American life back in, say, like the 19th century. What it was, she realized that that particular or specific subject matter was non-existent for the most part. She realized that it was overlooked. And because of this, it made it hard for Miss Jenkins to break into publishing. Publishers didn't know what to do with black people outside of slavery. And I guess in that modern day time, outside of us being criminals. But she was still, Beverly was still able to go forth and carve her own path, baby. She didn't wait on anybody. Now, she didn't have a lot of people to choose from, or to, she couldn't find a lot written by black people, but she managed to draw inspiration from three people: Victoria Hope, Mary Stewart, and Phyllis Whitney. Beverly released her first novel in 1994 entitled Indigo, and she hasn't looked back since. Now, listed below are some of her other book titles. We have one of her books on our book suggestion list. Let me see, I think it's, The Edge of Midnight. What else I like about Beverly Jenkins is a lot of her books are actually serial. So that's always fun to delve into from time to time. But this is it for Miss Beverly Jenkins. Now on to Karen Robards. Now, she was born on August 24th, 1954, in Louisville, Kentucky. Her father was an orthodontist. Now, as a teenager, Karen was thumbing through Reader's Digest. Is that still being published? I can remember that being a big deal back in the day, Reader's Digest was. But she came across an article, and they were wanting people to submit a 2-paragraph essay of, like, funny anecdotes. Didn't say if they had to be on subject of any particular thing. But so she decided to give it a try. She submitted it, went on about her life. Several weeks later, she received a check in the mail for that essay. She was paid $100 for it. Now, it was published, her 2 paragraphs were published in the December issue of Reader's Digest 1973. Now, interesting fact. Karen, she was pursuing a law degree, but somewhere along the way, when attending the University of Kentucky, she was taking a graduate course in creative writing. I wonder, was she going to specialize in, legal fiction? I don't know. But anyway, she dropped law school to pursue writing. And that's what she did. Well, in the same creative writing class, the professor challenged all of the students to write 50 pages of anything. They could choose the subject or whatever they wanted to write about. That was up to him. The individual. And so he said, but you had to, don't write it unless you really feel like it could be published somewhere one day. So she went and researched the subjects and genres and categories of novels that were selling really well, not knowing that she was going to have to stand in front of the class and read what she wrote, every page. And although the other students, as well as the professor, laughed when she told them that her topic was historical romance. That's what cracked everybody up. But laugh all they want to. Guess what? That turned out to be the basis of her first novel, Island Flame. Island Flame. And it was released in 1981. And she, like Beverly Jenkins, hasn't looked back since. Okay, bookers and bookettes, this concludes this week's episode or installment of About the Author. Now, be sure I'm not going to read the titles out, but I did list about 4 or 5 titles that Karen Robards has written. And I have read some of both of these women's books. And I have liked what I read, which is what made me decide to do them for my features. Anyway, this video has run longer than I anticipated, so that's why I'm not reading the titles out. But please know that both of these authors will be considered for my Author of the Month. And whew, I just did get this video up, so technically, although I didn't put it up when I should have, I'm still within 7 days of posting. It's been 5 days since I posted my last one. So anyway, thank you all for always acknowledging my channel. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, up and out. I really do appreciate you guys. Subscribers, please, thank you. Know that I thank you for subscribing. And please help to like and share this video as well. Visitors, feel free to join my channel. We would love to have you here. And anyone commented, please do so respectfully. And for whatever good it does, please make sure you have your notification bells on so you will know every time I upload a video. And if you haven't seen one from me 7 days since the last one you actually watched, just search for me, please, Blue-Eyed Black Devil, here on YouTube. I also have a Facebook page. Why I never mentioned that, I don't know. Probably because I don't be on there that much. But anyway, I can also be found on Facebook under Blue-Eyed Black Devil as well. In the meantime, book lovers, remember this. As long as there are books around, there's always something to read. Book lovers, bookers, bookettes, enjoy. Thanks for watching and or listening. And it is storming where I am, so I haven't been asleep yet. So I'm going to get up under the cover and get to reading, and maybe I'll go to sleep. Thank you guys once again. Be safe and God bless.